So if you follow me on Twitter, you will know that I have put this online. I am going to be building a new portfolio just for a bit of fun, using the wallet that is actively open and transparent on my Poker Assembly. And we're going to go through it in terms of Hydra DX. We're going to buy the assets. Now, I've already put something on Patreon regarding what the plan is. We're going to repeat it. And if you want to follow this in more depth, join Patreon. Also, with regards to that, I am closing this tier off very, very soon, right? We've got 93 spots remaining. Make sure you jump in, right? The reason being, I want to stop scammers getting in. I want to keep the community awesome. It was actually a community idea. So if you've always been pondering, should I join it? You probably should. But I'm not going to go into the ins and outs and the absolute fundamentals of this. I want to show you how it works. And ultimately, there is a referral link below for you to get some money back on your trades. You can earn Hydra DX, which is quite nice when you are moving stuff around. So openly, and an obvious kind of flaw to Polkadot has always been, it's really hard to use. It's absolute shite, that myth, and it needs squashed massively, right? And we're going to do that today. So essentially what I'm going to do, this little challenge is going to be very, very fluid. I'm going to dollar cost average some Polkadot into my wallet, which is all publicly open for people to see. And I'm going to be buying assets on here, and I'm going to be hopefully buying it low, selling it high, using the Polkadot pair. Yeah, there's only a couple of assets on here at the moment. I think over time there will be more, so then we can sell other assets and we can buy new ones and all kinds of good stuff as things roll out on the ecosystem, and potentially meme coins and all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff. It's going to be pretty chaotic. But as I say, most of this will be done on Patreon. But I thought for a video today, show you how this works in terms of the functionality of it and all the bits and bobs in it. So if you enter into the Vortex pool, the Omni pool of liquidity, it's simple. We've probably seen similar sort of things to this before. Just saying. They're all very, very similar. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be using Polkadot, right? So as you can see, I've already got some little assets here, right? But what we need to do first, before we go anywhere, we need to cross in our Polkadot via the Polkadot chain to the Hydra DX chain onto the parachain. I've got 473 million dot. I haven't really. You get the idea. We're going to use 150 and we're going to just have a bit of fun. And this is kind of how it all works. On the screen here, I've got a little approve message for my Talisman wallet. And that's it. Simply lovely. Very, very quick, very, very easy. And that will be pretty much in and ready to go, right? When I then go to my wallet, what I will then see is basically what I've got. So what do we have? We have Hydra DX. We have 151 Polkadot, which is going to be getting swapped around. We have a bit of BNC. We have a bit of Inslay. We have a bit of Glimmer. But there's other things that we also need to and I want to buy. Obviously, I need to top up some of them too, right? So first things first. Now, I'm not going to be using the dollar cost average. I can if I want to, but I'm just not personally. If you want to do this, basically you can put it in and every God knows how long you can dollar cost average in at a set price. Cool. Pretty cool little mechanism. It's something that you don't tend to see very often on decentralized dexes, which is good. So as I alluded to before, you can see here that we have a dot price. So each Hydra at the minute is 0.005538 dot, right? Our goal and our aim over time is to buy low, sell high. Obviously, it's already got a march on, but we are looking at this in terms of asset value. Some of these will massively outperform Polkadot just due to the fact of what they are, right? Polkadot, multi-billion-dollar asset. Some of these are low caps, very low caps. So we need to have a bit of fun with it, right? So I'm going to top up my Hydra bag. Even if I just put in, say, 25 dot, not a massive amount, but in terms of just showing you how it all works, it's super straightforward. So you get an option, you obviously got split trades and stuff like that. But personally, I'm just going to go with it and go with the flow. I think it's super simple. But I'm going to go through each individual asset that I'm looking to buy on this video as well, just because there might be some new people. And if you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like. And if you like Polkadot, let me know. So this is Hydra. Okay, so this is the asset. It's not on many exchanges, but I do believe over time this will get a lot more traction. Pretty excited about it. As I say, I'm not going to go too deep in terms of like the fundamentals of any of these assets because too much time taken up. The second one that I want to buy and the one that I am very much in I've been wanting to buy this for a while, and it's still only a 5 million market cap coin, is Interlay. Basically, this is DeFi for Bitcoin, which sounds pretty crazy. And when we look at them, not much exposure again to exchanges. It is obviously on Hydra DX too. But when we look at what this could do with the ETF narrative, with being able to lend, borrow, whatever, even stake your Bitcoin, crazy, I know, could be very good. Also, you got to look at the fact of this is literally working alongside Bifrost at the minute in terms of providing liquidity and all kinds of stuff regarding the V tokens. Pretty big utility. And as I say, it's only a baby, right? It is pretty mental when you think about it. Obviously, full dilution market cap. I don't know how correct the data is on coin market cap, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But a 78 million market cap for something like this sounds pretty good, in my opinion, considering what could happen in the future. And obviously, as well, what we're going to see is hopefully over time, more and more utility of Polkadot. Obviously, the core times, the way it's all going to run, and the network security of Polkadot being probably one of the best out there. It's a pretty big thing. So if we go back and if we go and have a little look and we buy some Interlay, because we do need more of that, to be fair. Probably chuck in another, I don't know, maybe go a little bit heavy with this one. Maybe look at, say, 50. Why not? Buy a couple. Makes sense, realistically. Press the little approve button. It would help if it goes through. But ultimately, as I say, right, what could happen in terms of the pair here? This is a pair on Interlay, currently just melting. Obviously, looks a bit weird when you look at the prices. I'm not sure why it's so weird, but there's a long way for this to go, realistically, when you look at it. The next one, I'm not going to put much exposure into this, which is A-Star. A-Star is the most obvious altcoin. I know some people are like, oh, hold on a minute, you missed out A-Star. Well, not really. It's like a $1 billion asset. I mean, come on. So I'm not going to buy much of this. I'm just going to buy a little bit because it's kind of obvious, realistically, when you look at the grand scheme of things. Where is it? A-Star. I'm probably just going to buy 10 dot worth. Not a lot. Not a lot at all, but a little bit of exposure. There's other ones on here as well that you may well like the look of, and I've not really looked at them before much. I did mention it briefly the other day, but one of them as well is CFG, which is Centrifuge. If I could put it in right. There it is, which is a massive DeFi ecosystem as well. Again, 233 million market cap. It's got massive TVL, this as well. So that could be very, very interesting. So moving on to where I was going, we're going to put some money also into Glimmer, which seems like fantastic value as well, versus some of the other stuff out there. I'm not going to be going balls deep into everything, by the way. Like, obviously, you can see there's quite a lot of stuff on here, but you get the idea, right? Again, if you want to buy Glimmer, cool. Tell you what we'll do. We'll buy some Centrifuge, because it's easy. Oh, God. I've completely... flapping. No, I'm not. We're okay. Cool. So, might buy 25 dot worth of Centrifuge, because why not? Done. So, we've now got a few more assets. We're going to finish off. We're going to look at buying some Fowler Network as well. We'll put another 25 into this bad boy. This one, again, as you can see here, ridiculously, it's probably undervalued. Realistically, it's not a very big market capitalization coin anyways, which is always good to see. So again, I'll plonk this in. So I've done my buying. You can see here what I bought. So I've got some Hydra, I've got some Interlay, I've got some Fowler, I've got some Centrifuge, I've got some Bifrost, and a little bit of A-Star as well. Not to mention a little bit of Glimmer at the bottom here, which I will top up my bags. For me, over time, it'll be interesting to see how these parachains do versus Bitcoin. And I will be keeping an eye on them to make sure that they are going to do well. Now, this video's purpose is mainly to kind of show you how obviously this all works. And yes, at the end of the day, if I'm looking to swap some monies around, I would definitely be using this. Why not? It's just the easy way of doing it. Another thing you can look at as well, if you go to assets and stuff like that, not even on assets to be fair, you can actually use the USDT pair on the asset hub for Polkadot, which is useful, right? If you wanted to keep it all into stables, you can. So I will be utilizing that and hopefully aiming to grow my Bitcoin utilizing this portfolio. There is some stuff on here that I've not looked at before. You know, I've never really looked at it, so I'm not going to go for it. Even Subsocial, hardly looked at it, don't really want to touch it, you know, in terms of what I fully know. But all the other ones, I have a rough understanding of what they are in terms of blockchain and stuff like that. Hydra DX is obviously using the protocol over time, in my opinion. More and more assets go onto here, more volume, more utility, more use in that sense. You'll probably start to see the TVL go up and up and up, right? Which is obviously what you want over time. Certainly when you add more assets, it's going to get very, very interesting to see where the price goes of this as well. So, I hope you enjoy. A little bit random. Apologies for the random edits in this video as well, just to save on time. But I am looking to hopefully, over time, grow my Polkadot. Why not?